Alright then, so here we are, here we go, the last game of the set, 10 games, and this is number 10, with the score currently 5-4 even, that's it, 5-4 to the Legends there, after they took that last game. The final one though, going to be played on Arabia. And of course, over to the left of the map here, in the grey, we have got Jordan 23 playing as the Mongols. His teammate up to the north of him, we've got Doubt in the green, playing as the Mayans. And their other teammate, of course, up to the very north of the map, in the blue, we've got Cab playing as the Chinese. Now down to the south of the map, on the other flank position, we've got Viper playing as the Huns in yellow. So their team is over to the sort of north, south, and west of the map. The other team, the Warriors, in the red, up to the north of the map, we've got Fire playing as the Mongols. Over to the far east of the map, in the teal, we've got Slam as the Chinese. Down to the south of him and south of Fire, we've got Bagiofra playing as the Mayans. And the very south of the map, in the purple, we've got Riot playing as the Huns. So, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how this one goes. It's 5-4. So, you know, if the Legends take this, it will be a win for them overall. Of course, if the Warlords win it, it could be a draw, which is, funnily enough, what happened in the last TyRanT War. So we'll have to wait and see. I've got no idea how these games go. As I said, I just downloaded the games, I didn't look at the scores, I didn't look at anything before casting them. So I'm just as excited as you are to see how this one goes, and of course this is the final game, and it is on Arabia, which is, as I said earlier, something that all of these players, of course, are going to feel familiar with. They're all just Arabia players. I mean, at any level, any high level, you can expect Arabia. So Jordan 23, he's on the Mongols again. Why am I not surprised? He's such a good Mongol player, but I mean, he takes the Mongols every single game, it seems. I mean, he's just obviously very, very comfortable with the Mongols, and I mean, he's been MVP of so many games where he's had the Mongols as his civilization. Viper on the Huns, that's expected. Doubt, of course, adds the Mayans here in the pocket, so we will see a fast castle from him, and we will probably see castle drop with plumed archers to take some map control very quickly. And Cab as the Chinese, which again, we see Cab playing the Chinese a lot. So, you know, the Legends team, they do actually have very sort of specific positions, and they do take the same civilizations as well. And, you know, Cab has been playing pretty well today, actually. We've seen quite a lot of troublesome games from him in the first TyRanT Wars, but in this one, he's actually been playing really well, and I think he's played a fantastic set of games here. I think he's done a very good job. So I'm very glad to see Cab performing well, and well, we'll see how he does in this one against Fire, who is of course the Mongols. Now, it's kind of difficult playing against the Mongols on the flank when you are a slower civilization. I imagine we will see the Mongols, of course, do the fast feudal with scouts. It's just pretty inevitable that that will be the case. So, you know, I'm very much looking forward to see how Cab defends. And to be honest with you, we see him already taking the deer here. He's not messing around. He wants that food. And he's starting to wall up as well. So he should have a fairly easy wall, actually. It could be possible to see Fire do a drush, though slightly unlikely. Cab not going to drush this one. I think he'll try and do as fast a feudal as he possibly can. We have got a drush coming down from Riot at the south, though, and Viper as well, likely to do a drush, but it's actually getting a little bit late for him to be doing it now. Let's see, he's going to see this barracks from Riot here. What's his reaction to that going to be? Will he go for a barracks of his own? Well, he can't. He's not got the wood for it. He's only sent 3 over to wood, and in actual fact, he's already seeded 2 farms as well. So, Viper here, gonna have to probably wall up his resources a little bit. Probably gonna have to put some palisade around his lumber camp, and maybe in around the barriers. Perhaps he could wall here to here to keep his villagers safe. But he's doing a very fast feudal. 21 population, which is just 20 villagers. Definitely having a good start and a very, very fast feudal time. So Viper's not messing around, and you know, at this time that he's going up, that's very, very fast. And I think Riot, he might not actually get his drush over there very quickly in comparison to the Viper's feudal time here. That's quite impressive. He's going to get the 3 militia out about now, that third one coming out, and he's still not sent them out. There we go, they're going away. So I think by the time they get to Viper's base, Viper's probably going to be feudal age. It's obviously going to be a little bit of, well, a few moments before he can get his barracks and his archery range up. But if he walls here quickly, I don't think that Riot is going to be able to do a whole lot of damage, to be honest with you. And we can see Viper putting those walls up right about now. And I think I'm going to be right. I think he might reach feudal before the drush gets there. So that's a very fast feudal time. Whoa! Cab's actually drushing in the north. That's really unusual. You don't see the Chinese drushing that often. And against the Mongols as well, it's not all that common to see because the Mongols can have a very fast feudal time. Seems though like Viper's going to be up first, followed soon after by Fire. And if Cap can get a villager pick here, that'd be fantastic. But seems like it's not to be. The stable there from Fire coming up. Expected stuff. But could end up getting picked off. Fire's got to be careful. These villagers getting very low on health now as the militia starts to push them away. And oh man, he almost sent that weak villager towards them. That was definitely very risky. Viper though taking a risk as well here. Not making any aggression towards this drush for now as he puts up a stable on the front. Could end up losing a villager here, and I don't know why he didn't try and wall off a little bit between these two lumber camps, because, you know, these militia could get in there and finish off a weak villager, or even just corner a villager and trap it in. So, interesting that he's done that. And, well, we'll see if he loses his scout here. Of course he doesn't want to, but it could happen. And he has got that stable up and the barracks as well, making a spearman to help defend. Jordan's scout there as well to help, which is always good. Worth noting, they're actually getting very wally already. I mean, Badgerfer here, starting to wall across the front very quickly. In fact, he's almost made a team wall with Slam already. If they wall here, that's pretty much team walled across. And I've noticed, you know, the warlords, they're not messing around with this team wall here. They're going for it, and they're walling up very quickly. Doubt's fully walled, and he will of course do a fast castle here. Jordan 23 going to be fast castling as well, with the stable and blacksmith going down there. And so far, Viper's able to defend from the drush fairly comfortably, but I don't think he's going to be able to get away with too much of a counter-attack because Riot is also fully walled now. He just needs to wall across this back area. And it seems like everybody is just playing very wally. And it's kind of, it makes sense. I mean, this is the last game of the day. They don't want to leave anything out to risk. And if they can wall it off, then it's probably worth doing. We have got some scouts coming in from Fire, though, heading towards Cap's base. Cap could lose a villager here on this these forage bushes, which would be really nasty. He's putting up 2 archery ranges, but they're fairly slow in comparison. You know, to these scouts getting over here, and that was of course because he did that drush. So that's pretty nasty for him. One spearman coming over. Fire just going to get out the way, but he does have another scout over there now. That's 5. Of course, 6 with this extra one, and of course, just with the Mongols, you're able to do a really effective scout rush. But I always feel like a scout rush is never that effective, really. I mean, a couple of spearmen can scare you away, and that's a lot of food that you invest there. And now, of course, bear in mind that Doubt's fully walled, Jordan's nearly fully walled. These scouts are probably going to have a little bit of a hard time really doing some solid damage. So over in Doubt's corner of the map, quite a lot of villagers taking stone. Expected. He's blazing as the mines. We said at the very start, the most likely thing to see here is the castle drop, and we'll see, well, I imagine we will see our plumed archers coming out very, very quickly to support the flanks and to try and take some map control. So we'll see that coming out in just a sec. Doubt here with a hell of a lot of villagers on gold, stone, that's 9. But he will, of course, be able to afford that castle very quickly and get those extra 2 TCs up as well. So he's going to need a good 850 stone here, so that's no small amount, but it's definitely worth it once you get that those resources. Oh no, fire right into Cab's base there, managing to get a villager pick, I think at least 1, but But Cab trying to get him in, trying to trap him in even. This is really not nice. And, well, he tried to wall him up so that Fire could not escape. But it seems like Fire will lose these scouts now. I don't know how many villagers Cab lost, but it doesn't seem that bad to me, considering Cab is now was the score leader a second ago. Yeah, that's actually really interesting. Honestly, I don't know how many villagers Cab lost there, but he dealt with the scouts pretty well, building that little palisade to trap their escape, and then coming in from the other side with the spears. Problem for Fire now is that Fire's very open, and he's got, of course, archers in his base here, the militia as well that Cab had from the Dark Age, and quite a few archers coming in. Not only that, Viper's here to play as well. It wouldn't be a party without Viper's scouts in the mix, and Viper could get away with getting, well, he could get quite a few villager picks here, he could get the gold at the back. Cab could even come across to this area and hit the villagers in the wood, so definitely an opportunity that they're missing here. Don't know where Cab's going, but he's going back, and it's not the right thing to be doing, I don't think. Doubt, on the other hand, did get that castle up very quickly, and he's starting to add those plumed archers in now for some quick aggression. Slam's coming to help Fire out though very quickly here with some knights, of course. Playing as the pocket player, that is your duty. But he has got his 3 TCs up very quickly as well. Bad Geofro putting up his, I think his 3. Never mind, he's only got the 1. What is Bad Geofro doing actually? I'm not sure. Let me have a quick look at his blah 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 blah. There he is. Bad Geofro is some 1 TC. He's not making any military. He's just walled up. And he's not even made a castle. So this is kind of very different styles of play from him and Doubt. In fact, he's actually slinging. And I kind of thought something was going on there. Makes sense that he's kind of slinging this though. As obviously, you know, he's fully walled up. And mines have a pretty decent economy. Of course, their resources lasting longer, and all of that jazz. So this is pretty good. On the left-hand side, though, Riot is starting to get in with these knights now. He's, well, got bloodlines done, +2 defense is done. Jordan 23 adding in those camels, not messing around with that, but no upgrades at all to speak of. Viper's in trouble, and with the sling coming in from Riot here, it's going to be very difficult to stop. Of course, you will be able to afford those upgrades much faster. And, you know, against those archers, against the crossbows that Viper has now, the knights should be able to make pretty short work of them. But very impressive stuff from Jordan here. Jordan's able to defend this, it seems, with the camels and the knights, even though he's out upgraded. He's hanging on in there. And, of course, if Viper can back him up as well, it might just work out. Riot, though, in a great position now, as he's kind of, you know, he's got in here, he's broken down the walls already, and those knights, they are coming over 3 at a time. That is a huge amount of units to be sent over. Of course, Jordan here with just 2 stables, he doesn't, oh, he has got 3 actually, but without the sling, it's going to be very difficult for him to keep those units coming out, and this is not good because Viper here, losing quite a considerable chunk of his eco, could be forced off of the gold, and if he's forced off of that gold, there's no other option to get any gold income. Forced off of the wood, where else will he get wood? This is horrible, and in fact, he's kind of cornered himself here, and well, he's relying on Jordan to help him out, that's for sure. Cab's now up to castle, and he's fighting against Fire here with, well, much superior army in terms of numbers, but definitely out upgraded. The archers here are going to be crossbow any moment now though, and he might push Fire right back, which could be a really good victory for his team, as Viper is so screwed. I mean, these villagers, they can't even get under the TC, and Riot is just sitting under there. He's got +1 attack done, which means it needs, he only needs 4 hits to kill a villager rather than 5, and that's just huge, really. This is horrible. Viper's down to, let's have a look, how much is his population? He's down to 31 population. At this stage of the game, that is very, very low, when you consider that Riot is on 68, and he's just continuing to take those villagers down. He is getting so many kills here. This is painful to watch, and of course Viper is going to be one of their top players. to have him taken out this early, or to have him this damaged this early, it's going to be a long while before he gets back into it. And now, of course, Riot can try and focus his attention on Jordan instead. Meanwhile, on the right side, well, Doubt's helping out over here as best he can, sending those plumes over. Cab fighting pretty well against fire, definitely doing a good job. Cab's holding his own. And Slam sending a few knights over, but he's not really sending too much. He's just trying to boom for now, getting up those extra TCs. In fact, the 4th TC going up there. Kind of expected that he would do the boom there. But upgrades-wise for Jordan, it's definitely looking a little bit better now. In actual fact, because he has got a monk out as well, and because he's going for camels, he should be able to push Riot's knights back. But Riot's just everywhere. I mean, he's making pretty short work of Viper's army as well, keeping Viper inside of his TC, and it's pretty obvious to the other team now that Riot is getting slung, which is definitely a good and difficult strategy to fight against. There's no question about it. But Doubt, pretty untouched at the moment, doing pretty fine. Cab fairly untouched in his economy for now as well. Forced, of course, to put up a siege workshop though, as the mangonel from fire is going to be a real pain in the ass, and that makes so much sense. You've got to do that. There's no way around it. But the problem is, with the knights from Slam here, it's going to be very difficult for Cab to protect his mangonel, in which case, he could end up losing a lot of resources by investing in that so heavily. Meanwhile, Jordan holding off for now just fine against Riot. But look at this. Riot's coming in with rams as well, and he's taking this opportunity, adding in a mangonel also. Viper could end up losing these villagers to the mangonel in the wood line. This is such clever play from Riot. And of course, if he loses this archery range, Viper that is, the town centre might be very soon to follow. And Viper's pretty much just out of this game now. He is down to 25 population, and his town centre's being attacked by the mangonel. His villagers' escape are being blocked by these knights. He's down to 20 population and dropping like a stone. Viper's just he's nothing left. He's totally destroyed, and this is the problem. You cannot play against Sling very well. I think maybe if Doubt came over here to help out, that would have worked out a lot better for their team, but at the moment as it stands, Riot has got way too much of an advantage way too quickly, and Bad Geoffro could probably stop slinging now. He doesn't need to keep slinging. All he needs to do now is just add in that extra TC, go up to the Castle Age, add in the extra TC and start to do a little bit of a boom of his own, because they've already done more than enough damage down in here to put Bad Geoffro ahead. Not only that, but now even Cab is in a bad position. We've got siege coming in from fire, and Cab's just, well, trying to defend with crossbows alone. It's going to be difficult against Bloodlines and +2 knights. I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, Doubt is going to have to help out a little bit more here on this right side, but at the same time, he might need to help out on the left, because Jordan, he's just got these camels left now, and that's it. Viper's going to lose his TC. He's down to 8 population, running away to the corner of the map. And that is it. He's got no wood, he's got no stone for a new TC. Riot has wrecked him. And it's pretty much 3 now. 4v3. And at the same time, it could be 4v2 very soon, because Cab losing this TC now, a lot of siege coming in from fire, and this is just an excellent teamwork and play by the warlords here. They are doing making a fantastic show out of this. They're going to go straight to Slam. To Doubt. Doubt's got a hole in his wall, but he has got to run these knights under this castle, so that's never ideal. Doubt could lose a little bit of economy here, and you know what, I think it might have been a little bit of a mistake to send all of those knights there. He could have focused more on Cab back here, instead of suiciding them under the castle fire and the town centre fire from Doubt. Doubt's putting up a 3rd castle though. And he's really holding the team together here, but I don't know how much he can do on his own. Jordan though, seems like he's got enough camels to be a bit of a menace to Riot. There's enough camels here to push him away, that is for sure, considering now he's got +2 defense and bloodlines, so that's definitely not too bad. You know, we could see quite a lot of damage from Jordan 23 here to Riot's army, but they're going to be useless at raiding. It's all well and good having the camels, but they're just not going to stand up to TC fire, and that's the real problem. They die so quickly there. Now, we've also got Doubt into the Imperial Age, which is pretty good. Of course, he can start that elite plumed archer production, but the question is, can he really outmass this? There's just so many units, and oh no, Viper's been found, he's been spotted, he's running away. He's running away back to his original base. He's got 6 villagers left. 6. Make that 5, and counting, because Riot's going to chase him down. Oh man, he's putting up a TC back here. But he is so close to just being defeated, and that's just never a good thing. Doubt then is going to try and hold out for Cab on this right side, but I really don't know how well he's going to be able to do that. I mean, he's got so many knights to fight against. And you know, plumed archers might be pretty strong, they might be really cheap to make, but it's going to be very difficult for him to hold this back on his own. Not only that, but look at this from Riot back here. You know, he's got a ton of knights which are about to become cavalier, and of course get those extra upgrades. And it's pretty bad for these guys at the moment. That's the only way to really put it. Slam's Imperial now as well, and Slam is about to go for the cavalier upgrade any moment now. Viper's got 1 villager in the corner of the map. And he's got another 5, 6 over here. Well, Riot's coming in to say hello. So Riot's keeping them busy back here. Slam and Fire just pushing in on the top. And I don't think the Legends want to give it up yet, but this is a really good game for the Warlords. And there's the Cavalier upgrade for Riot. Attacking downhill as well. He's got the +4 defense upgrade. I think he might lose this fight because there's just too many camels from Jordan. But even so, he's done quite a bit of damage there, and quite frankly, their team is just too far ahead. You know, Bagiofro now, I think he's got up to Castle, right? I think he has. He should be up to Castle, yeah. Oh, he's on the way up to Imperial, even better. He's going Imperial, and although he's only on 1 TC, his teammates could start to sling him some resources that are left over, and he can start doing that Aztec Eagle Warrior Rush, which is, or the Mayan Eagle Warrior Rush even, which is going to be, again, really devastating. So this is just really good teamwork, and it's worked out incredibly well for them. Slam playing as the Chinese here, able to get start to get a massive Chuko Nu, and we've seen before how, you know, pretty much nothing can touch that massive Chuko Nu. It's pretty devastating to fight against. Fire now up to the Imperial Age as well. That's everybody almost. I think just Bagiofro left, and that's all of the warriors, warlords even, up to the Imperial Age. And Viper's out of it. It's really not good. Cab is still hanging on in there though. You know, he's actually still got a substantial amount of economy back here, but he's not really got a whole lot of military. That's the problem, and I wonder what he's actually going to do. He's still castle. He's not really making much at all here. Not making a whole lot of Chuko News or anything like that. We're going to have Trebs coming out from Slam soon, taking his castles down, and Fire sees this here as well. So Fire sees all. Could very quickly send some units over there. Cab gonna have to contend with this castle outside of his TC. Mangadai coming in from Fire here as well. Bagiofro now up to the Imperial Age on top of all of that. And that is it. 4 Imperial Age players against Viper, who's castle with 1 TC and 10 villagers. Jordan, who I think is still castle. Oh no, he's Imperial now. That's good. He's finally got up. He's done heavy camel as well, which is, again, really good. Doubt, who's Imperial. And Cab, who's still castle. Doubt's going to hold on though, and of course these guys aren't going to want to give it up just like that. And if they do hold on, I'll be very, very impressed. But Cab's getting cornered back here. This TC is likely to go down by the looks of things. This villager's getting taken down. Oh man, mass murder on this right side. The problem I see here is trebuchets and siege I don't know how Doubt and Cab are going to deal with Siege Rams in here. I just don't see how they're going to do it. It's going to be so difficult for them to fight against that, as they're both archer civs, and Cab can't really make that many. Many Chuko Nu, which is a reasonable counter to Rams, but you know they need to be massed up quite a lot to be able to be effective in that situation. There we go. Struggling to get words out. I've been streaming for so long. So looks like Cab's going to get cornered here. He's in a pretty bad position, and this then again poses another problem. Where are these guys going to trade? We can see a market from Cab here, but this is already cut off. How are they going to trade when there's a castle there? They need to take this castle down somehow. And I don't see how that's going to happen very easily. Push coming in then from Slam. Siege Rams out. A ton of Chuko Nu. And quite a few Cavalier. But, of course, that's not going to get upgraded to Paladin. And, well, the Rams are getting dealt with for now. So this is a pretty good hold for the time being from Doubt and from Cab. There's just so many plumes here. Making this one work out for them. But Cab's losing a lot of eco at the back, the corner of the map. And would you look at that. Bad Jofro's coming in with the Elite Eagles now. And that's pretty nasty because the Heavy Camels will die pretty quickly to that. They really want to just wipe Viper off the face of the planet, I think. There's his villagers. They're going to go run again. And Riot's just going to try and get as many kills as he can. But this is a problem now. The Heavy Camels might be great against the Cavalier, but they're definitely not going to stand up to too much punishment from the Elite Eagles here. You know, pure Camels is never a good idea. And Jordan is switching into Elite Mangudai now. I suppose they're a good idea if you're fighting Cavalier alone, but they're not very versatile. They don't have, you know, multiple purposes, which is, you know, the real problem they have, really. Okay, here trebuchets, and okay, there's a few trebs out for Cab and Doubt now. Cab is up to the Imperial Age, thankfully for him, getting those Shuko News out, but no elite upgrade yet, and still losing big areas of his economy, which is very, very painful to see. Now, Riot's still not with the Paladin upgrade, but it doesn't even matter. Riot does not care. He's just going to take those T-Seeders down with his Cavalier. He just does not care, it seems. Looks like Viper's down to 19 population. Villagers running the corner of the map. His teammate's paying him some resource so he can rebuild, but it's going to take him a long while. And all of this time now it's going to be 4v3, almost 4v2, with Cab unable to really hold here, unable to really make a whole lot of military. He's reduced to making mass skirmishes again, which we've seen before. It's not the best strategy when you're against Chuko Nu and Mangudai. So Viper's building up at the back once more. And there's the Paladin now for Riot. Fully upgraded Paladin. Halberdier mixed in. And backup from Badgiofro's Elite Eagles. Castle's going up as well. That was Jordan's castle actually. That's not going to even go up. As, well, Riot's going to be trying to take down this castle on the hill. Of course, Jordan's trying to repair it. But I think Riot's going to make pretty short work of those villagers here. And these camels, a matter of time now, I think, before Badjofro overruns him with the Eagles. He could just come in there and do so much damage to those camels with the Eagle Warriors. They're really, really strong in this situation. Villagers all died, it seems, unless they got inside of the castle. Oh, they got inside of the castle. But the castle's still under fire, and Riot's still holding on. You know, Jordan is such an excellent player. He really is. Even against a slung Riot, he's still managed to hold out. He's actually fantastic. Doubt as well, holding out for now. Tons of plumed archers on this right side. But as I really honestly think a matter of time now before Slam, Riot, Fire, and Badjofro end up taking this game. Look at this raiding from Badjofro here. Going to try and hit Doubt's eco a little bit. Getting in there with the 100 health Elite Eagles with 4 and 4 attack and defense. So fully upgraded now. Badjofro just getting there. Man, if he comes over to Viper, if I was Viper, I'd just rage quit so hard. But he's had to rebuild 3 times, and now he's got Badjofro coming to him, even though he's in the corner of the map. It's funny. It is funny. But you gotta feel a bit sorry for him. I mean, he's just constantly under fire here, under pressure. This is horrible. What little villages he had left, he's now losing once again. But this is funny. He is still being useful. He's walling up the trade. And he's making all of these carts go round. If Viper Wars his left side as well, no, he's not going to do it. The Tarkan from Riot's going to come out and finish that villager off. Oh, he nearly did that. That would have been really funny if he managed it. And now all we need is Bajofro to focus down this town centre. And, well, he's just going to continue raiding, of course. But if this TC goes down, Viper might just be GG. Like, actually GG. Completely just defeated. And if that happens, I will laugh. But until then, I'm going to keep an eye out on what's going on over here. Oh yeah, his wall's being taken down, of course. Bajofro is sending more and more eagles in. And Viper's got 2 villagers up here that might escape the attack. I don't know. I don't think he's going to be defeated after all if he keeps running away. But this is looking just too good now for the team, the Warlords. It's just looking too good for them. Fire's getting those mangonel onagers out. Only a matter of time until they are upgraded to Siege Onager, of course. And once that is done, I mean, that's it. I mean, Siege Onager against Plumed Archers and Scans, you know what's going to win. Viper's running away again. He's running to the safety of Jordan 23. He's kind of garrisoned inside of Jordan's town centre. And he's building a new one at the back. He's a damn... Man, that's so funny. He's not out though. He's holding on in there. I think his dignity, you know, wants to remain somewhat. But this is really bad for Jordan now as well. You know, you've got Riot pushing in on the front here, taking down that castle. Let's be honest, it is over for these guys. Onagers from Slam and Fire making very short work of this entire army. And I think that is going to be it. Well played though. Viper's still trying to rebuild. It's not gonna happen, man. It's not happening now. Not happening. This is just it's wide open. Wide open at the back here. And I don't think Doubt's gonna have enough to push this back. Jordan, of course, as ever, holding on in there. MVP of his team, almost of the game still. But again, as I say, he's going to be pushed back by Riot now, who's just got too many trebs out, too much of pretty much everything to deal with. And this on the right is just absolute carnage. Absolute carnage. And of course, these guys aren't going to be able to trade. You know, Riot and they've got their trade route very well established, and that's it. The Legends going to resign, meaning that once again, we've got a 5-5 tie. Last time it was 6-6. This time it's 5-5. There you have it. TyRanT War number 2. And there's still no champion. They mixed the teams up as well this time, and they still drew, which I think is fantastic, and just shows how much of an even footing these players are on. But that was a really fun little game there. It has been over for a little while, let's be honest, but I enjoyed this series. I thought we saw some really fun games. The deathmatch games definitely won it for the games definitely won it for the Warlords. There's no question about that. You know, the 3 games, 3 points won just because they had Jidba to play deathmatch for them. If it wasn't for that, I think the Legends would have taken it. The Viper and Jordan 23 combo just proving to be very, very strong. Such a Rombo combo. But, you know, the deathmatch ones were in there, and that's just the way it was. So, thanks everyone for watching. I've really enjoyed this series. Unfortunately, as I said before, I wasn't able to cast this live, which is why I'm casting the recorded games a week later. But thanks everyone for showing up on the stream. I really appreciate it. And, you know, even though the games have been out for a week, to see, you know, 600 plus people on the stream, it's really good. And maybe next time I'll be able to cast the games live. I mean, I do hope, because ultimately there's no harm in it, right? It's just, I don't know, it's a bit silly to me. Anyway, I'm going to come out the game here, and we'll give away a copy of Civ 5.